first we're going to put on our pot of water to let our water boil while we chop our potatoes down to size, because I feel some of these are a little too big. Now that our water is boiling, we're going to throw in our potatoes and let them boil for about 10 minutes until they're halfway cooked. Alright, so it's been about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to drain the water off the potatoes so we can season them and roast them in the oven. Alright, now I'm adding some olive oil. Then I'm going to season it with some thyme, black pepper, paprika, some roasted garlic powder, oregano, onion powder, and some salt. Now we're going to give it a good mix until everything is evenly coated with the oil and seasoning. So now I will lightly spray the pan with some cooking spray, and I'm going to lay my potatoes down and spread them out so they cook evenly. Now we'll put this into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes. Alright, so it's been about 30 minutes. Now I'm going to shake them up and put them back into the oven for an additional 30 minutes. While the potatoes are finishing in the oven, now I'm going to prep all of my vegetables, starting with the yellow squash. The yellow squash is finished. Now I'm moving on to the red onion. And for the mushrooms, I will chop the stem off and quarter them, because when you cook them, they shrink down and I don't want to cut them up too small. For my green beans, I will take the ends off, then I will cut them into thirds to have nice, decent sized pieces. Vegetable prep, done. Oh, gotta get these potatoes out the oven. Now we're going to saute our vegetables. I'm going to throw the green beans in just to get a little bit of color on them. Now that our green beans have some color on them, I'm going to toss in our yellow squash and do the same thing. Add your red onion. I didn't worry about breaking this up too much as soon as I threw it in because once it starts cooking, it will fall apart on its own. So I seasoned everything with salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, fresh red peppers, onion powder, and garlic powder. Then I just mix it up and make sure everything's evenly coated. And lastly, I will add my mushrooms. Since they cook down the fastest, I like to add them in last. Now that everything is added, I'm going to put a lid on it and turn the heat down and let it simmer for about 10 minutes until the vegetables are done to my liking. Gotta start on this oven fried chicken now. I put a little oil on my chicken to help the breadcrumbs stick. I season the breadcrumbs with salt, pepper, some Italian seasoning, onion powder, garlic powder, and I put a little bit of Parmesan cheese in it too. Into the oven it goes. The oven is set to 350 and I'm going to let this bake for 15 to 20 minutes. Let's make our plate.